Hey guys, it's Colleen from the Good Wife's Guide to True Crime and Murder by Design, and today is my true crime tidbit. Today, I'm going to be talking about the cases of people kidnapping pregnant women, removing their baby, and usually the death of that pregnant woman with the kidnapping of that baby. They're often called womb raiders or fetus snatchers. But before we get into that, I wanted to let you know that we have some major, big, huge news. I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but you must tune in tonight to our live with Lee Egan, where we're going to be talking about Leticia Stout as well as some other recent cases at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. You are going to want to hear this. This is major. This is exciting. We are so excited, and we can't wait to tell you guys, but we're going to tell you together. So tonight, tune into our live. You're going to not want to miss this as soon as we tell you guys. So, with that, now comes the case of fetus snatchers. So, first, I'm going to talk about the one that happened just this week. So, the first case is that of 27-year-old Taylor Parker in Texas. Her bail was set to $5 million yesterday for capital murder, and kidnapping. So Parker allegedly attacked 21-year-old Regan Simmons Hancock and forcibly removed the baby from her womb. Regan died as a result. She was 7.5 months pregnant. Parker was traveling back to Oklahoma, where I think she's from. The story is developing, so I'm not sure how they connected, if they knew each other, if it was an internet thing. I don't know. But while she was on her way back to Oklahoma, she was stopped by the police. She had the baby with her. She told the police that she had just given birth while driving, and so they took her and the baby to a hospital. She was examined, and it was determined that she had not given birth. And the doctors attempted to resuscitate the baby, but it was too late. Baby was too early. Most likely it was not handled properly after birth, and so the baby died. The baby has been sent back to Texas for an autopsy. Unfortunately, because this case is literally so recent, that's all the details we have on this case. But like I said, this will be developing, updating as this case goes along. But there are other cases of fetus snatching that I'm always going to remember because they were so horrific. And I believe there was like a combination of these next two cases that was used as a example-ish case in Private Practice, that Grey's Anatomy spinoff. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's where one of the actresses is pregnant, and one of her patients fetus snatches. Luckily, they both live, but it's very dramatic. Couple episodes when that happens. And so, first one, Bobby Jo Stinnett in December of 2004. So what happened with her is that she was 23 years old, and she was found murdered in her home in Missouri. A 36-year-old Lisa Montgomery was found to be the murderer. So Stinnett was expecting prospective buyers. They ran a dog breeding business from their home. And then Montgomery told Bobby Jo that she was pregnant too. So they were chatting online, sending emails. And unfortunately, this is how most of these stories go, is that either friends or acquaintances or somebody you meet says, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. And then you bond because you're talking about baby stuff. So what they believe happened is that Montgomery, posing as a customer, arranged to visit the home to buy a dog. She entered the house, strangled Bobby Jo, and cut the premature infant from her womb. Why did she do this? There are so many different psychological explanations for how and why somebody would do this. Like, what's the purpose? Usually it stems from they lied about being pregnant and they now need to produce a baby. or two, they've suffered miscarriages or a death of a baby and have some mental issues where they want a baby. Those are usually the two biggest cases. So in Montgomery's case, the motivation believed that she had a miscarriage, and she was hiding that she had that miscarriage from her family. Like I said, what's interesting is that Montgomery's former husband had told the authorities that she had actually undergone a tubal ligation in 1990, and that she had a history of faking pregnancies to her friends. So most likely she was not pregnant. No freaking way. She just wanted to be pregnant, kind of wanted the attention, almost, there's so many disorders. It's not Munchausen's or Munchausen-by-proxy because you're not hurting someone for attention, but you want that attention, so you're going to do whatever you can to get that attention. You tell people that you're pregnant enough times, eventually you're going to need to cough up a baby. And so it's unfortunate that she was, met with Bobby Joe and killed her. It's so sad. I can't imagine being the family member finding the women. So Becky Harper, Bobby Joe's mom, actually found her after the assault. So she described the wounds inflicted as if her stomach had exploded. Obviously, she was dead. However, luckily, that baby lived. Very rare that the fetus survives, typically because these women who cut out the babies have no medical training, obviously don't know how to perform a C-section. So it was amazing that she had survived. It's actually the next day, Montgomery was arrested at her house in Kansas, where she said, no, this is my baby. Nope, my baby. No. Luckily, they were able to put that baby back in the custody of her father. And it's just so sad. They were able to luckily use an Amber Alert system. Does anybody know where a 1-day-old baby is missing? And they use DNA to, verify that whose baby it was. You got to remember, this was back in 2004, where they didn't really, this technology was still up and coming. And so it's so grateful that that baby lived, because like I said, in the first case here is that's usually not the case. But then there was one other case that to me is symbolic of these womb raider, fetus snatcher cases, and that is of Angelique Sutton in 2015. So Sutton was 22. She was about to marry her long-term boyfriend, the father of her baby. And she had reconnected with an old friend in New York, Angelique Sutton. Or Wade, sorry. Ashley Wade. So Wade is the killer. Angelique was the victim. Sorry. Their both names start with A. And they're spelled differently, so it gets a little confusing. Hi, Carolyn. Have a script. I'm going through a lot right now, so my tongue is getting tied. Fighting crime, yeah. I wonder, mental defects has to do with such things. Mostly, I think it's just depraved minds and emotional abandonment and the need to cover up a lie. I think a lot of times it's women who said they were pregnant or were pregnant and suffered a miscarriage and now need to show a baby. I think that's the most common cases of these. I mean, they're not super common to have uh, in these womb raider cases, but when they do, that's typically what's happening. So, like I said, Angelique and Wade were friends. They just reconnected. They were both pregnant and around the same time. So they had reconnected, and Angelique was killed. So what happened was that Ashley disabled her, gutted her to steal her baby. Luckily, again, that baby survived. It's not common that they do, again, like I said, because they don't have any medical training. So what she did was that she attacked her with a paring knife, sliced her larynx so she couldn't scream, and then she cut out her uterus. So she didn't just do a full C-section. She cut out the uterus, taking the baby, and then taking the uterus to the bathroom, and then took the baby out of the uterus and discarded the uterus on the bathroom floor. So just sick, disgusting. I mean, there's really no words to say that other than it's sick, depraved, disgusting. I honestly, I can't believe somebody would do it. But again, like I said, most of these cases happen from women who said they were pregnant or were pregnant, suffered a miscarriage, and need to produce a baby. And I don't know why they think that murder and kidnapping of somebody else's baby is the same as just being honest with your family and saying, I suffered a miscarriage, or, turns out I'm not really pregnant. I don't know why that's not a conversation people feel like they can have, even if it's you lied. It's a horrible lie. But, we've seen that all the time where women lie about being pregnant, usually to keep a man or for attention. And if they would just say, yeah, I'm not really pregnant, instead of, okay, let me kill this person that I met on the internet buying clothes from and steal their baby. It's not how it works. It's not how any of that works. I don't know. Are there other womb raider cases you guys have heard of? I think the two ones that I later mentioned are the ones that I remember the most. They also, like I said, in private practice, they kind of portrayed that as well. Luckily, in the private practice episode, the woman was a doctor who was pregnant, and so she was able to instruct her how to remove her own baby. But that is all I've got for you guys today. The new case just happened yesterday, so we don't have really any details yet, but fetus snatching is so rare that it's so fascinating when it does happen, and what the motive is, how did they meet, why did they think they could get away with it. But like I said, you guys definitely want to come back tonight for our live, where we have some exciting, major, huge news that you don't want to miss. This is so exciting. We are so excited, you guys. So tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, join us here, and we're going to be interviewing Lee Egan. So excited, guys. Talk to you later.